So again, we were looking at the term boy, which led us to select a couple of words within that definition in order to go further and see what we're talking about, because we know that we're dealing with allegory. We know we're dealing with duality. We know we're dealing with um, also parables and things in the biblical scripture and history. So again, we're just going to go ahead and go a little bit deeper and see what we're really talking about when we're talking about these terms that we think we know. Okay. So again, it said something about an age of maturity, right? When it comes to a boy, okay, of a servant, okay, or a commoner, right? So it says a maturity of character. So the character is being built. Mid 15th century, are we in the fifth day? Maybe even the fourth. Ripeness, completeness, full development, maturity. Let's see, ripe. Okay, financial sense, time fixed for payment of an obligation, 1815. Okay, and WordNet also adds to this and says maturity, the period of time when your life after your physical growth has stopped and you are fully developed. Okay, also says a state of being mature, full development. Okay, now what is mature? Okay, the date on which an obligation must be repaid. So again, now something has to be paid, right? Very strange. Mature, the verb, 1400s. Okay, encourage superation. Okay, sound kind of like separation, but anyhow, superation, mid 15th century of plants. Okay, cause to ripen, bring to maturity from to ripen, bring to maturity. Okay, timely, early. Okay, early of the morning. So in the morning was the fifth day, and in the evening. See, okay. I'm just saying. All right. Early of the morning. The root is probably the same as in manus, good. Okay? Because God saw it and he thought it was what? Good. Right? Okay? Intertransitive sense of come to a state of ripeness, becoming right. This is talking about harvesting, and it ain't talking about no damn fruit. I'm going to tell you that right now. Again, matter of fact, I'm not here to tell you what it is or what it ain't. I'm just simply sharing what it looked like to me, and that's just what I'm saying. Okay? So again, you should do your own research every single time, okay? Because it's gonna sing, it's gonna open up or expand the mind, okay? It's kind of like collecting all this information, this data, and storing it, okay? Again, okay? So it's also talking about reach the time for payment, okay? So who's being paid? This is the thing that I'm trying to figure out, because I'm seeing a lot of things that's making me think about something, especially looking into this whole reparations thing, okay, with our mind's eye. Mature, okay, of fruit, okay, 1500s, ripe, complete, in natural growth or development, okay, liberation. Now, D means taken away or not, or something in my eyes. Liberation. So is this when you were cut off or cast away or pushed away? We use all these things in the biblical aspect and history, okay? Or the caste system, to be cast out, okay? Timely, early, of persons, again. Having fully developed powers of body and mind. Okay. Sense of older than usual. Okay. undergo, okay, so develop or reach maturity, undergo maturation, uh, mature, develop, and work out fully in one's mind, become due for repayment, okay, grow old and older. Okay, so again, we see basically what it says. You guys can do this on your own. Mature. Matter of fact, I advise you to. Trying to see what it says there. But again, it won't let me click on it. Okay. So what does this say? Which lay great stress on holiness through separation. Let's see what happened on the fourth day, because again, because of that whole thing with the 16th century being the 1500s, we have to kind of go through both to see which one, see if we're reading into this correctly. So, and God said, let there be light in the firmament of heaven and divide the day from the night. Okay. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. And let them be for light in the firmament of the heavens to give light upon the earth. So again, key word is earth here. Are we talking about the earth when we're talking about the earliest inhabitants or inhabitants of a place, or the people of a certain land? Okay. Again, we can look at this in a couple of different ways, and we can see what, like how I'm saying that using etymology and all these other things and resources is telling me, and let them be for lights in the firmament. That means for let them be for enlightenment or illumination in the firmament of the heaven. Okay, that's that whole foundation or construct. Okay, in the heavens, or even spiritually in your mind. Okay, to give light upon the earth. Again, could we be referencing again to that light that is shining over the pyramid, in the dollar bill, and so many other symbolic images of the past? Okay. And then they'll use the greater light to rule the day. Okay. And the lesser light to rule the night and the stars. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven. So we're talking about a separation here, basically. Okay. To give light upon the earth and to rule over the day, to rule over the day. Okay. And over the night. And to divide the light from the darkness. Okay. So that could be that dark matter that's in your mind, in your head. Okay. And it can also be physical for separating light from darkness with the amalgamation laws. Okay. And God saw that it was good, and there was the evening, and there was the morning on the fourth day. Okay. So again, on day 4, the language of ruling is introduced. See, because again, he had not had a man to till the earth yet. Okay. I think that came in 2. Okay. In Genesis 2. Okay. So again, and God said, let the waters swarm with the swarms of living creatures. So that means let the foreigners swarm with swarms of living creatures, those who have life, who have been formed from the dust. Okay. Or a creature is just something that was created, basically. Okay. It wasn't grown organically in a place. It was created. Okay. And let the fowl fly above the earth in the open firmament of the heaven. Okay. And God created the great sea monsters, which I believe represent boats, because again, it was something that was created, and we call big trucks and stuff monster trucks. So again, these are something that would be in the sea. So in my mind's eye, I'm thinking that God created great sea monsters, and those are talking about ships, not even the schooner ships, okay, that we're talking about were supposedly used in the beginning of slavery in the 1600s. I'm talking about even later on, see, because again, the time frame for the Bible being written and given to people where everyday people can actually get a Bible would have been the late 1800s, early 1900s. So I wouldn't doubt that, again, some of the things that happened historically in the 1700s, again, because the 18th century could be talking about the 1700s and whatnot. Okay. So I wouldn't doubt that the ship was still being written in later. Okay. That's why I would like to obtain a original 1611 dictionary, and most of us don't have that just lying around, unless you're going to be buying it off of line for like $50,000 damn dollars. Okay. I'm not talking about no reprint. I like first printings. That's what I like. Okay. So, and God bless them, saying, be fruitful and multiply. Again, we were just reading about other, just remember when we're doing these terms and stuff, we're saying things like this already. When we're talking about the book of the Indians, that I shared with you guys, that's probably going to go up before this, could go up after, about being fruitful and multiplying and filling the waters in the seas. Okay. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply and fill the waters in the seas. So this is what they're doing with that. They're filling the waters in the seas, and let the fowl multiply on the earth. Okay. So being fruitful and multiply is the order to fill the waters, which are foreigners, in the seas. That could be literally bringing them over here. Okay. That's what I think that they're talking about. Just the way they worded it. Because then after that, it's going to say, let the fowl multiply on the earth. So again, now it's just saying, now let these particular people multiply on the earth. It didn't say be fruitful and multiply. It just says to multiply. Okay. And there was evening and there was morning, a fifth day. Okay. The word tanning, sea monsters, great creatures. But there is no hint of combat. Okay. So anyways, I just wanted to see what was going on in those days so that we can see if this has anything to do what was going on here. Okay. Because this would be saying something about ripening up or getting the fruit ready. And they were just talking about being fruitful and multiply. Okay. Okay. So again, thanks a lot for watching. And don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and join us in the Facebook group, American Aborigines Unchained.